Try deleting some of those apps. Specifically, I'm talking about Twitter, but this can apply to TikTok and Instagram as well. I would just recommend try this shit. What's going on? We out here, we're back at it with the fucking consistency. So recently, I deleted Twitter, which I was like a Twitter head for like fucking so long, over 10 years. And it's crazy how much of my energy like I bought back by deleting that shit. And I didn't know till I did a little test run and I deleted it for a day, and I just had so much more clarity. It was crazy. And then I went back on to post a link to my video, and you know, I'm like shadow banned on there, I'm canceled and shit. So I was like, there's no point. So pretty much it's been like another 3-4 days since then, since I cut it out. And I'm not even gonna lie, I do go on Safari every now and then and check my little fucking, you know, check a few things, but I don't scroll on the feed, on the timeline, shit like that. Like, and my screen time on the app has probably cut from like, bro, I was probably spending like fucking, let me give a real good estimate, probably like, I would say at least 3-4 hours total throughout the day if it really had to add up, something around there, maybe even more. But yeah, the timeline is just, even now, sometimes when I log in on Safari and I check, like I do get roped in, I'm not gonna lie, for like 2 seconds. And I'll start scrolling the feed because it's, you know, this type of shit is made with psychology in mind. Like, it's made to be addicting. It's made to give you the dopamine to keep you on the shit. So sometimes I'll go to check my few people's pages that I check, you know what I'm saying? Scorpio shit. Gotta check some people's pages. Psychotic. And so every now and then I'll get caught up and I'll like scroll for 2 seconds and I'll be like, no. And I'll fucking close the app. But this is, you know, it's a huge step. And it really did help me a lot. Like, deleting it off my phone, that shit helped me a lot. But even though I'm still slipping up and I'm not 100% off the shit, the first 24 that I did, I was, but at least wait most of the day. And on my laptop, I'm signed in, so I'll check. I'm just too much of a psycho. That's one thing I gotta stop. I gotta stop checking like my ex's pages and different people's pages. Like, it just irks my spirit anyway. But you know, it's crazy because when the series came out, I had this one girlfriend at the time and we were watching it. It's been some years, but fucking in those first 2 seasons, Joe was always like killing people in like a sneaky way, you know? So I would always joke around and be like, I'm like Joe, but I'm not pussy. You know what I'm saying? Joe's a pussy compared to me. Cause I am like that same type of person, like fucking researching people's shit and stalking people's shit in a very psychotic way. Especially because the only other time I've seen that is Joe, like see Joe moving like that. But, you know, that's a different thing that I gotta work on. But generally though, I've cut my screen time down a lot. I deleted the app and that really helped a lot. But so that just made me think to speak on this today, like to cut out those social media apps and like how much of our energy it's actually draining. That's what it really helped me realize once I deleted the app. It's crazy. I have so much more bandwidth to actually do things that I need to do. As far as, well, one thing that really benefited a lot is my writing, because the reason why I was heavy on Twitter is because I did a video on this in the past about writing and how writing is a great outlet and how I realized I'm a writer. It's in my family. It's been in my family. And that's a great outlet for me that I love. But right now I'm writing a poem book and I was just taking my tweets, a lot of my tweets, and I was putting in a note to make my poem book. It's thoughts, prayers, affirmations, and poems by your boy, yours truly, Void Reflections. It's coming out soon. But now instead of tweeting, I'll just go directly to the note and I'll just add something in there. So it's like, that's definitely one thing that's benefiting a lot from that, from me deleting Twitter and not tweeting. One thing is I haven't tweeted, so that's really good. It's really good. Even though I slip up every now and then, really it's a minuscule amount of time like before. So I'm able to be aware and to notice and to peep like how much my energy I actually have back and see that it's a big difference. It's a big difference. And I'm catching myself more like noticing how much I scroll on Instagram, on watching Instagram reels and shit like that. And it's just making me think because I just recently saw Lex Friedman and Pavel Durov, the dude who created Telegram. And he's like a very interesting billionaire type character who I really relate to. He's very disciplined. He's very technologically smart when it comes to coding and shit. That's something that I'm not into, but I am into technology in other ways. I always have been. I've always had my little hacking tendencies and my little my black hat tendencies. Like when it comes to running bots and different shit like that, I definitely helped my Twitters grow with that shit back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Until it started blowing up organically that I need to do it anymore. But that was, I've always had that nerdy side of me, so I relate to him with that. And also he's very meticulous and very genius when it comes to the design aspect. And watching that interview actually helped me realize that when it comes to making big tech companies, one of the most important things is design. And I realized from watching the interview with him, there was a lot of realizations I had. And one of the realizations I had was when you marry tech and design, that's like how you go out of here. Because it made me think of like Steve Jobs, the way that he was just really obsessing over these small details when it comes to telegrams, like the animations, how it looks when you reply, like all about the design aspects, like the tiny minute design details that most people don't notice. And he was speaking on how subconsciously people do notice these things, and his attention to detail, like it translates even if people don't notice it directly, even if it seems trivial. And I've really appreciated that part of him. But that kind of made me realize, send me on my own little journey of brainstorming different tech type ideas to hop in that same type bag that Steve Jobs did, that Pavel Durov did. But one of the things that he spoke on is he barely goes on his phone. He's barely like, and the dude who's doing the podcast with him, Lex Friedman, he even said that he was with him for 2 weeks, I think, and he didn't see him on his phone much. So, I've made it a thing over the past couple years to really study certain people, study certain types of people, the really top successful people. There's definitely another common thread that I've noticed is the top people that are most productive. They may be on social media, but they are creators and they don't consume as much. You know what I'm saying? And obviously the extreme end of that is to completely cut it out. And just from my little test that I've done with Twitter by deleting it off my phone, I do see the benefits of it. And I do see how you get so much bandwidth back. And I'm able to see like how much that I was unaware of this before, but it really drains you a lot. Like these apps, constantly scrolling on them. Like we're just used to, if we're standing around for 15 seconds, we got to pull out our phone and start scrolling. Like we're so used to filling our empty time and empty space and not sitting with silence and filling it up by scrolling on these apps, which are meant to keep us scrolling. It's like a dopamine loop. And now I'm reprogramming my dopamine. I've been cutting out so many things lately, so many addictions. Cut out weed completely recently. It's about to be 2 years, no alcohol at all. And I just feel like as I cut these things out, I just gain more and more control over my mind. And I'm able to be more coherent with the things that I want to create and treat my energy, my powerful focus and attention, my awareness, to point it like a laser, to be coherent, to create the things that I want to create. And I believe that social media and these apps, because the whole purpose of them is to keep us on them, to keep us scrolling, to keep our attention. That's why they call it attention economy, because that's the whole purpose. They want you to stay on the app as long as possible, scrolling, so they can get as much revenue from ads. That's really what it comes down to. That's the bottom line. With every business, it's your bottom line. And social media, the reason why they're free is because, one, they're getting all your fucking information, and two, they're advertising to you. And then most times they're actually taking your information and then using it to advertise to you. The other day, actually, before I actually deleted the Twitter, it's crazy, I sent this to a few of my friends and I actually posted it too. But I'm always talking about the number 47. It's one of my numbers and I see it often. It's a synchronicity. For me, it's a number that has a lot of meaning to me. And I spoke about it a lot, spoke about it on Twitter. And I got this ad the other day that was like, it literally said like, what did it say? It was like the fragrance that's destined for you or something. Just randomly on the timeline, an Amazon ad in the middle for this fragrance that was 4711 fragrance. And I was like, all right, man, this is diabolical. This is fucking diabolical. This advertising and the way that they do it in this shit now, bro. But even outside of that, outside of the advertising, see, these things, they take away from it's scattering your attention. And then you're not being like the laser, you're being like a light bulb, dissipating light throughout the room. Lights are cool and they have their purpose, you know what I'm saying? But a laser has more utility, more power, more ability to do specific things, you know what I'm saying? A laser can slice fucking metal. A light can light a room. Just one light, actually, it's not even gonna light, you know, you may need a bunch of lights to light a room. A laser is a fucking coherent. We want to be like the laser. And as we're scrolling, we're seeing, getting a call right now. I'm gonna have to call Broski back. We're seeing, for me personally, because I'm a dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm a man. So I'm seeing like all these women. It's fucking throwing me off, bro. It's fucking throwing me off. Like it's making me distracted and shit. Like I'm seeing women. I'm seeing like other people who are apparently doing much better, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing like all these different things that are like pulling my focus. I'm just seeing, you know, even just funny things that I laugh at and shit like that. It's like, but it's still pulling my focus away. Like if I'm focused on building what I'm building, like that needs to be the main focus. You know, we only have so much energy to allocate each day, so much time in the day, you know what I'm saying? So that's our most powerful thing, is our attention, and we're just freely giving this shit away like all day, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until recently till I fucking deleted that shit that I noticed how much bandwidth, how much more of my own power like I bought back by deleting that shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, it's only been a few days and I already feel my productivity going up through the roof. I feel my peace of mind going through the roof. Like, and I feel like I said, the best way I can describe it is like I bought back my power. I bought back my energy by cutting the shit out. So, you know, my circumstances were kind of extreme circumstances. I was canceled. You know, I felt kind of disrespected. I'm like, bro, why am I going to keep paying for the site, number one? And I was paying for it because fucking I was getting the revenue sharing. But then after I got canceled, I was still paying for it for a little bit. Why? So I could make longer tweets and shit. Then finally I realized like it's stupid. And then recently I went through a few situations where like I just felt like my energy wasn't being appreciated with certain people. So I like cut them out. And then that just kind of led me down a train of thought that I realized it was the same thing about the app. I'm like, bro, they fucking banned me on this shit. Why am I still gonna be on here with my other accounts? Like, and I don't really see the benefit in it. It's not growing my platform, you know what I'm saying? So my circumstances were kind of extreme that led me to this point, and a lot of people's not gonna go through that same shit to lead down that train of thought. So that's why I just wanted to come and bring people's attention to this shit, to just try it. I would say try it out, especially with Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, maybe try it with. I'm not like on TikTok, so I don't know about that. I feel like that's another one. Like they got that algo down. Definitely that's a big drain on the energy. But I just really wanted to come and just bring it to people's attention, really, like to just try it. I would say just try completely deleting the app. Just delete it. You can fucking log back in. It's not the end of the world, you know what I'm saying? Delete it for a 24, delete it for a nice 24, and just see how it affects you, see how it affects your energy. And I'm banking on that. Like most likely you're gonna feel exactly what I was feeling, which is like you just bought so much of your energy and attention back. Like, and you're gonna be like, damn. And it may just open your eyes to see how much energy you're spending on the shit, and see how it's making your energy be more scattered, and how it's affecting your peace of mind. So that's what we do here. I reflect. I'm always reflecting and shit on life. Always. And that's why I have endless shit. I used to just make endless tweets. And now some ideas that I have that would go towards tweets, they'll either be a poem in my poem book, or I'll just take direct action on ideas, or I'll make them into fucking videos. Because I've always actually wanted to do YouTube and shit for a while. It's much more lucrative. It's a much better way to connect with people. You know, a lot of people on Twitter, it's just text. A lot of people even hide themselves. They don't even fucking show themselves. I was a rare person that was showing my face, putting myself on videos. A lot of people are huge on there. You don't even know who the fuck they are. This shit is the real shit, like where you really connect. You have to come on here. You have to speak. And it's you're seeing me. You're seeing my words. It's not just text. So it's a much more powerful connection, which makes it more room for lucrative, you know, opportunities to connect with people, provide value, and to pour back into yourself. You know, you're gonna make more money yourself this way. You're gonna have a deeper connection with people this way. So this is what I'm channeling my energy into now. So that was a recent reflection, and I made a commitment a little bit ago to make a video a day. So I said, fuck it. So what are we gonna make the video on? So that's it for today. Try deleting some of those apps. Specifically, I'm talking about Twitter, but this can apply to TikTok and Instagram as well. I would just recommend try this shit. Try to delete it, see how it is, see how it affects your energy just for one day, and go from there. But that's it for today. Love you guys. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. You know how the fuck we do. Got two options when you come fuck with us, baby. You could win with us, or you could watch us motherfucking win. Let's get it, baby. Run!